Hey, Aiden. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Do you have any specific questions about anything for this week? Um, oh, we've got somebody else. Jaden, how are you doing? Jaden, do you have any specific questions about this week before I start doing anything else? Because I want to try some things out this time. Um, I know last time with the people that were there, I asked if they would ask their parents where they were on 9/11 when the terrorist attacks happened. Were you there for that last meeting, Aiden? When I asked that, did you ask your parents where they were? I would try to do that. I would ask them because that's one of those times people will know exactly where they were and exactly what they were doing. Like me, I knew exactly where I was and exactly what I was doing. I was teaching at Baldwin County High School. Um, I remember it was first period. I remember there were people running up and down the hall saying the tower has fallen and things like that. It seems like everything stopped. We somebody came by and said, "You need to turn on the TV," and turned on the TV, and we started watching it. And that's one of those dates. Like I would ask my parents. My parents had a date that they specifically remember. They remember when President Kennedy was shot. You ask anybody of that generation, they'll know exactly what they were doing and exactly where they were that day. And for people of my generation, it's 9/11. They know exactly where they were and what they were doing that day. Um, Ask your parents that, and I bet you they'll know exactly where they were and what they were doing. Um, has everybody completed the assignments for this week? Um, did you do the 9/11? Did you watch that Ed puzzle about 9/11? Do you remember the legislation that was passed because of 9/11? That's somewhat controversial now. Jaden, Aiden, do you remember the piece of legislation or the law that was passed because? Yes, the one where they watch what people do on the internet, that kind of thing. Do you remember what the name of it was? Jaden or Aiden? It's called the Patriot Act. So there was also a Ed puzzle about the Patriot Act. So that's kind of the stuff that we were going over this week. Or that was last week. This week we're talking about the economy and taxes and things like that. Has anybody done that video about taxes? Gone through that lesson? Okay. Can you remember like two ways the government makes money? How does it generate revenue? How does the government, whether it's a state government, a local government, the federal government, you know of any way that they can generate money, make money, like specific types of taxes that they use? Income tax, sales tax, estate tax, right? Income tax and sales tax. Those are types of ways they generate money. So yes, some people obviously have gone through those lessons. So, um, any questions about any of those lessons at all? Now I've posted everything, even the midterm. So if you can get finished with everything and take the midterm, then you'll be finished with this class, and you can concentrate on other classes. Um, any questions about that? Any questions about next semester? Because you're not going to be in civics next semester. Does anybody know what they're going to be in next semester? Jaden or Aiden, do you know what class? Yeah, that's right, geography. You're going to be in geography next time. Um, any questions about that, about it switching up? So you're going to have a civics grade, and that's going to be the first half of the year, and then you're going to have a geography class. So you're going to have to go to a completely different tile for the geography class. So don't let that confuse you, because we're going to have like a civics tile, and then there's going to be another tile for specifically geography once we get back from Christmas break. Um, I'm going to try this. I've been working on a Kahoot for geography. I'd like for us to try that Kahoot, see if it works out. Okay. So I want to put the code up, and you can use your computer to log on, and this will be obviously Aiden versus Jaden in this first Kahoot right here. It's one I've been working on. I want to see if there's any problems with it. So I'm going to put that up, and you can use your computer to log on, and then we'll take this little Kahoot quiz. Okay? Let's see. Can you see that? Jaden, can you see that? So go to www.kahootit, and you type in that code, and then you can put your name in there. See, Aiden's already in. Just waiting for Jaden. It's going to be Aiden versus Jaden in the first geography Kahoot. And we got Jaden. Are we ready? Here we go. Let's try this. Which country is located on the U.S. southern border? Which country is south of the United States? There we go. Look at that. Easy. And Aiden is in the lead, just barely. Next, which country is located to the north of the United States? If you want to try to jump in, McKenna, you can. Go to Kahoot It, and then there's the pin code right there, 1486922. You can get in. You gonna try to get in, McKenna? Okay, we'll wait for you. So at least everybody knows what country is north and south of the United States. I put those two in there because I watched this video of people interviewing people on the street and they didn't know what country was north. People were saying Alaska and Europe and all kinds of things. They didn't know what country was south of the United States. So we're better than most of those people on the street because it was one of those funny videos where people were saying all kinds of crazy things. I know. Tell me when you get in there, McKenna. Okay, here we go. Go to the next one. Lines of longitude run what? At 45-degree angles, north and south, east and west, at quadrilateral angles. Lines of longitude. If you don't know, that's something that we're going to go over. North and south. North and south. Ooh, Jaden. In the lead. Let's look at the next one. Lines of latitude run what then? There we go. If lines of longitude go north and south, then latitude's going to go east and west. Aiden, back in the lead. Next question. A line of latitude that runs around the middle of the earth. There we go. The equator. Everybody got that one. And let's see. Aiden's still in the lead, but barely. Next question. What does GPS stand for? When you go to Renaissance, well, you can go there while you're talking to me and just see if you haven't already. That's right. Global Positioning System. Everybody got it, but let's see who got it quicker. Oh, Aiden. But McKenna is apparently on fire. Next question. Which hemisphere is North America located? The Northern Hemisphere. That's right. Okay. Who answered it quickest? Aiden. But now apparently Jaden is on fire. Next question. Which hemisphere is Europe located in? Yeah, just don't answer. Well, I mean, I do it here. You don't have to be a game It's also located in the Northern Hemisphere. So let's see. Look at that. Aiden on fire now. First place. 2 more questions. Which type of map shows features such as countries, borders, capital cities, and other man-made places? I mean, I know the colors, but I don't know what really good is or really, or not. But so you got 1157. A political map. Like a political map's going to have just things that man has decided, like borders. Borders can go along physical features like rivers and such, but a political map just shows you like countries, cities, things that man has made. Let's see. You didn't score very well. My guess is that nobody's on fire, but Aiden is still in first place. This is going to be the last question. Which one shows mountain ranges, rivers, oceans, islands, deserts? What kind of map is that? That's a physical map, right? A physical map is going to show you those kind of things. It's going to show you mountains. It's going to show you where the rivers are, things that man not necessarily created. And next, we're going to have the podium. Third place, McKenna. Kind of a disadvantage because she came in late. Jaden, number 2. And number 1, Aiden. We like doing Kahoots. We'll try to do one once we get into geography. I'll try to do one like twice a week. Each time we have a Google Meet, I'll try to do a Kahoot. And a lot of times the Kahoot's probably going to have questions that are going to be on the test, so it's going to be a good review for the test. So if you're having problems with the tests, I'd come to those Google Meets, and I'm probably going to have the questions in these Kahoots. Anybody else have any other questions about anything? Aiden, if you don't have any questions, you can go. Jaden, if you don't have any questions, you can go. McKenna, did you have any questions specifically about anything that you wanted to ask about? So no questions about any of the assignments so far? Were you here, McKenna, when I was talking about I've got all the material posted, so you can finish. You can even take the midterm. You don't have to like wait. If you've got all the stuff finished, you can go ahead and take the midterm. I think I've got it set for 2 attempts. So if you don't do well on the first attempt, you've got a second attempt. And then once you finish the midterm, you're finished with this class. So were you there when I talked about that? And the other thing I think we talked about was the fact that after Christmas, you will no longer be in civics, you will be in a geography class. And so you're going to have to go to a completely different tile to get to the geography class. It's going to be different than the civics class. So were you here when I talked about that? Okay. If nobody else has any other questions, I will see y'all later. See you in the next Google Meet where we'll have another Kahoot. Okay. Bye. See you later. Jaden, did you have any other questions?